What's up? Tabletop Syndicate, Joker Prime, and Squints.
How's it going?
We're doing a bracket review for our Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Draft tournament today. So we played through the Pigtails. Before the Pigtails, we did a little bit of a bracket review going into the tournament. We didn't do one after the Pigtails. So this is actually going to be for going into technically the third round.
Yes.
If you count the Pigtails as the first round. So what we got here first is Exodia versus Fire.
Yeah, so the Exodia was my number 1 seed, and so it did what it was supposed to. If you go back and watch the videos, it had a good matchup against the Zombie deck, which was unseeded.
Yeah, both the Zombie decks are we underestimated those.
A little bit, and so it was a close game, it really was. However, they're going to get to play against the Fire deck, which was Joker Prime's 4 seed, and they got some good penetrating damage, or I guess it's called in this game.
Yeah, some burn damage type stuff.
Yeah, which makes sense for Fire, obviously. So that might get, I don't know if it's going to get around some of the protection that Exodia has, but it may.
There's it could go either way depending on which of there's a couple different streams in that deck.
Right.
The thing that hurts that deck is it's a little bit stall based, not letting you attack, which Exodia is not trying to do anyway.
Right.
And some of the burn damage goes from being destroyed, which Exodia isn't really going to be doing much of. So that could be a good one. I'm hoping it's a good one. Hope it's a close match.
I think the burn damage is going to help with the stall tactics that Exodia has, but we'll see.
I don't know if it has as much ways of getting around Exodia as the Zombie deck did.
Right.
So Exodia... Also, it took Exodia a long time to finally pull out the cards.
That was, I think, the longest Yu-Gi-Oh! Game I've ever played.
So it almost went to deck out.
Yeah.
So go back and check that out. Spoiler if you haven't seen that yet. But obviously, you're watching the bracket review video. So, hopefully we bring you a good matchup there. It's Exodia 1 seed versus Fire 4 seed. And then next up, we've got...
Because Fire beat who, by the way?
Fire beat Warrior, I think.
That's right, it did. So I just couldn't remember. So yeah. All right. So then the next one is, you said,
it's going to be my Zombie deck versus Squint's Machine deck.
That's right.
Machine upset my God cards,
which was not, obviously, all these brackets we've done with HeroClix and now Yu-Gi-Oh! We seem to either not seed very well, or just upsets, or just
I feel like with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's even more. We don't build meta decks. They're not perfectly built. There are God card decks that could be way more powerful than the one I was playing. So they're not. These are casual, fun, mostly nostalgia-based decks. So
anything could happen.
In Yu-Gi-Oh! We overall base it on how it should go, but yeah, with certain draws and things, just the Machine deck. Put it on.
Yeah, the Machine deck's got some pretty cool stuff going.
And God card deck.
I just drew better cards and combos against the God deck, which I was surprised because
basically all my protection was countered.
Right.
And really quick, and had no time to fill my field and get my God cards out.
Yeah, which was lucky for me, but we'll see if they can pull off a similar thing against the Zombie decks, which we've already mentioned in this video, that the Zombies have been much stronger than we anticipated.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Zombie versus Exodia rematch.
Right.
Possibly Zombies moving into the finals out of nowhere.
Hey, that'd be pretty sweet. I mean, the Zombie decks, even the one that I played, it is fun. I mean, they got some good stuff going. It just is not fun to play against.
I've always kind of liked it, but I have a newfound love for Zombie deck.
Right. So we'll probably see more of them. It just depends. Then let's see here. So that's going to be
the second matchup
for that round. Yeah. All right. So now we get to go into the bottom side of the bracket. So Dark Magician, which was an unseeded team, and I think that came all the way. No, that wasn't from Pigtails. Never mind.
No, Dark Magician, I believe, beat Water.
That's right. Yeah, which was a bummer for me because my Water was my 4 seed, and I really like my Water deck. I couldn't get the right things comboed, and it was countered by Dark Magicians pretty well. Right. So they lost. Dark Magician pulled an upset, and now they're going to try to do the same thing against Joker Prime's Fiend, and that's the number 1 deck.
Yeah, that's my one, and it's pretty powerful. It really synergizes well. It's probably one of my better constructed decks. So I'm fairly confident facing the Dark Magicians. After this round, it might be a little bit more tight, but hopefully no crazy upsets going on there. I think it has some counters to what Dark Magician is doing, but a lot of special summoning with both those decks. So
Yeah, whoever gets a special summon a nasty monster might take that one, but I just know Fiend is really good. So.
Yeah, if you watch the first match, Fiend has ways of attributing your opponent's monsters, which is just
Yeah, that's right.
it's hard to stop. I mean, Dark Magician has some ways to destroy spells a little more than other decks, which could help it out against the Fiends, but Fiend is pretty solid.
Yeah, so I imagine that 1 seed's going to be moving on, but we'll see.
Hopefully so. And then the last matchup in the this round is going to be my Legendary Dragons of Atlantis deck versus my own Harpy Lady deck.
Yeah, the Harpy Lady pulled that big upset against my number 2 Blue Eyes Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, really kind of blew my mind, to be honest with you. I think it was a lot of luck with the pulls, with the draws there. Just was able to.
And I definitely made a very crucial error. If you're definitely big into Yu-Gi-Oh, you probably saw me do that and were like, oh, what an idiot. But, you know, it happened. I made a mistake not saving one of my spell cards to try to wipe his field. However, the Harpy Ladies, I mean, I actually ritual summoned one of my best monsters. Fusion, yeah, that's right, when I'm doing.
Yeah, he fusion summoned the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
And so, I mean, you were able to get rid of that like it was nothing, and that's because you had a good combo with your trap cards and whatnot. So
yeah, if you didn't watch that, go back and watch that, because, I mean, like I said, blew my mind. Harpy Ladies, I expected to be one that I drafted just more for fun. I didn't expect to be going deep in the tournament, and now it's going into this is the quarters?
This is the quarters, and if it wins, it has a good chance of winning too. Although your legendary dragons are really good.
I don't know if it has a good chance of winning that one.
So maybe not, but if they did win, they'd be moving into the semis. So.
Yeah, it blew my mind though, because I'm like, Blue Eyes, in my mind, one of the top 3, 4 in this tournament, obviously.
That's why I seeded it number 2, and I mean, I was able to pull off some of my nasty stuff. It's just you were able to counter it perfectly.
And I don't even have some of the newer Harpies cards from the archetype. It's mostly a little bit older, from back when I was really
collecting.
Yeah, more into it at first. Right. So yeah, just still blows my mind a little bit that just took out the Blue Eyes deck. It was perfect combination versus not so much. I mean, even if you would have summoned your Twin Burst Dragon instead of your Blue Eyes Ultimate, you would have still had a Blue Eyes. It would have been different. So
true.
A few things that could have made it a little bit different, but it was crazy.
Yeah, and because these games are pretty quick, we have definitely considered doing a consolation bracket, and then maybe Blue Eyes will come up on that backside and destroy.
It really should. I mean, it kind of depends on how some of this falls and turns out, but we'll probably, I mean, possibly we might be able to play all the way through 6th place.
That's pretty sweet. Well, we could also do, if any of you are into sports and brackets, we could do a challenge where, like, basically what happens, like, so we both are into wrestling, and some tournaments, if you go on the backside and you get 3rd, you can challenge the 1st place depending on
if you didn't go against them originally. So if whatever deck ends up getting 3rd didn't face off against whatever deck
or gets 1st.
Is that No, it's challenging for second.
You're right. You can't challenge
So if whatever deck gets 3rd lost to whoever got 1st, they can challenge for 2nd place.
That's right. So
basically claiming that that should have been the final match instead. So
yeah, we could try that, but we'll see if the games. The games have been pretty short, so yeah.
Some.
Oh yeah.
Exodia is not meant.
Exodia, is like.
I mean, it's got the potential to last long. It's meant to not last till the end, but it's also meant to stall until it gets all the pieces. So.
Right.
Hopefully you're enjoying this. Like I said, if you missed any of the games leading up to this point, we obviously just spoiled some outcomes, but go back and watch. Some of them are pretty fun, entertaining, and mind-blowing.
Absolutely.
But also just keep an eye out for the following matchups.
Yeah, like, subscribe to the channel, and comment in the section below.
Yeah, appreciate it. See ya.